All right. Welcome, race fans, here to a Sunday night racing here with Freaky Fast Broadcasting as we're proud to bring you Sim Racing Unleashed, season number 8, round number 7 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Thank you, everybody out there, for tuning in here tonight. Hopefully, everybody's going to enjoy the show out there on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get ready, baby, for some Cup racing here tonight. And I am proud to bring in the booth with me tonight Lee Tidwell and Zach Hall. How you guys doing, gentlemen?
Garrett, when you came on so aggressively, sir, that's number one. I literally jumped in my chair. Zach, did that scare you? And just go, Lee Tidwell. I was like, oh, what the crap, dude? Calm down.
I am on a roll, baby. Let's get her done. We're at Las Vegas, man.
Man, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and my wallet is $150 lighter, and there's a lady that's $150 richer. So, there we go.
Oh, God. Yeah, definitely great to be here in Las Vegas, the wonderful city of Las Vegas. Great attractions out here in the desert. But, man, I'll tell you what, this track here tonight, it's going to be fun to watch these guys go to battle because, this track's one of the best tracks for really this package, in my opinion, with the Gen 6 cars. And I think you're going to see a lot of good racing tonight. And I'm excited to be here, as always, for Sim Racing Unleashed, because this place puts on some great action, guys.
As Bending Rodriguez would say on Futurama, it's going to be fun on a bun here with Sim Racing Unleashed, round number 7 of Season 8. We are at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the 1.52-mile oval out, as Zach said, in the middle of the daggum desert with rattlesnakes and scorpions and stuff that'll kill you, along with Robert Moyer, who I guess could kill you if you wanted to. I don't know. But, how you doing, Mr. Moyer?
I'm doing fine. It's football, it's NASCAR, Las Vegas, man. I'm pumped. It's sports, it's football. Ready. And if, hockey, boo. Anyways, all right.
Oh, God, we don't want to start a fight here, guys.
Yeah, come on. Go. Ding, 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 ding.
Bill Cook from Newcastle, Indiana, finally back in the house. Mr. Cook, how are you doing tonight? Hello to everyone joining us out there on the interwebs, be it Facebook or YouTube. Either way you decide to join us. If you're YouTube, then you've got slightly better vision. The reason why? Slightly better quality there on the YouTube side of things. But hello to everyone. Robert, I don't know if we got our cross-chat platform able to kick it and make it work this time, but I would love to have that tonight. But hello to Facebook, hello to YouTube. So make sure you go out there and click that like button, the follow and subscribe, the bells, all that good stuff. We'll get our begging and pleading out of the way now, so that way we can get down to 133 laps of Sim Racing Unleashed action. Zach, nighttime race here at Las Vegas. You're going to see, two grooves form throughout this race?
Yeah, definitely. I think you'll actually see some multi-groove racing tonight, especially with this newer update to the Gen 6 car. It seems like it's actually kind of lended itself to a little bit more where you can feel the most comfortable, because from what I've seen, this really tends to be a looser car lately, and you're going to have a little more trouble keeping that right rear under you. I have a little information from a few guys running in here that, during the practice this week, that they definitely were eating that right rear tire off. So I think you're going to see guys moving around to say where they're most comfortable. The biggest thing also is that on turn 1 and 2, you have a lot of bumps on that bottom lane. It'll be the quickest way around early, just due to, the first 5 laps, these guys are going to be able to hold that throttle completely wide open, never even crack that thing. And then you're going to see them having to really start rolling out of it to keep those rear tires under them. So I'm expecting some really, really good racing and really multi-groove racing. So hopefully that's in our near future here.
Most of the leagues, if not all the leagues we call here on World Series, I almost called it World Series Sim Racing. On Freaky Fast Broadcasting, just great professional drivers when you think about the style of driving they do. Last night on World Series of Sim Racing, Talladega, very few cautions. We had side by side 7 rows deep for like 40 laps.
Yep. It was definitely awesome to watch. I got a good seat in the house there to watch that from the back. So, oh man, it was pretty epic. But here tonight, like I said, the first 5 laps are going to be very wild. It'll spread out a little bit after that, just due to the cars, having to really start lifting, and you'll see really who's got the handle and the balance the most there. But them first 5 laps where you can hold these cars flat, you're going to see side-by-side action, maybe 3-wide action at some points during this race for sure.
Track reporter, Mr. Steven Leffler. The fuel runs will be about 60 laps. The cars will get slippery from the rear at about 15 laps into the run. Partly cloudy sky, 67 degrees outside, a 69-degree track temperature. Just a perfect night for racing in the desert, as long as you don't hit a snake.
Yeah, that would never be a good thing to hit, that's for sure. You don't want to hit nothing really with these race cars, how low they sit to the ground. But yeah, snake, I'm not a big fan of snakes, so if we can stay away from them, I'm good.
Nah, man, I ain't about a snake.
Me neither.
Snake on the way. Snake will make you eat fruit off a tree you ain't supposed to and stuff. You got to watch out for them.
That's for sure. So these guys are in qualifying now here, so about a 5-minute qualifying session. We'll see who can put themselves on top of this board. I'm interested to see, because the times in practice are going to be completely different to what we see here in qualifying, just due to the fact of the draft. So yeah, I'm interested to see if anybody can get into that 29-second bracket without draft.
Yeah, Harrison Chandler, first one to break it, 29.978 to number 21 of Hunter Hayward. Why did I say Chip? Man,
he was second. It was close.
Yeah. And then McWhorter jumps back into second with a 30.051. The only one to break a 30-second time so far, Hunter Hayward. But still, lots of guys and lots of laps to go here in practice. We still got 3 minutes of, practice, qualified. Practice? We talking about
practice? Put on our Allen Iverson impersonations here tonight.
About 2.5 minutes left. Hunter Hayward still on the top of the standings, or the qualifying with a 29.978. I was looking for the season standings, and I don't know if our producer can whisper sweet nothings in our ear, but I wasn't able to find those right offhand.
That's a good question, Lee. I don't see it here in their Discord, but yeah, I will try to figure that out though here in a second. I'll try to get on these guys' website and see what we got here, because points will definitely be pretty interesting, like you said, going into here tonight at Las Vegas. So see what that is. Look at Rodrigo Loga, Lee. Go around the edge of the 29-second bracket.
Look at the 30.001. Go Loga. Steven Stempia now jumping up with a 30 flat.
Wow. Exactly, 30 flat too, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm looking on their Facebook page and I'm just seeing.
I think I'm actually finding it. So.
Oh yes, please do.
Yeah. So here we go. Cup Series after Phoenix. Our points leader is Brandon Colley. He has a 6 points lead over Todd Neese. Third is Steven Stimpy, 7 points behind Brandon. Fourth is Josh Jones. He's 12 points back from our leader, Brandon Colley. Fifth is David Neese. He's 13 back from our leader, Brandon Colley. Sixth is Jason Anderson, 22 back. Dave Bush, 7th, is 23 back. Steven Leffler is 32 back in 8th. Tied with him for 8th is actually Michael Yarrow, 32 back. And then rounding out the top 10 is Lane Doyle with the Bob Ross car, 37 points back from our leader, Brandon Colley.
As we are watching the 22 of Mr. Magnificent Rodrigo Loga on your screen. Loga qualifying in at a 30.001. Will be in the 5th position at the moment. Only 3 cars with sub 30 seconds, and then you almost have thrown Stympian in there with a flat 30-second time.
Wow, yeah, it's really crazy. We got 3 guys right there, all on top of each other, right in the 29-second bracket. And then, like you said, you got Steven Stympian there with a 30 flat, and Rodrigo Loga 1,000 back. That just shows you how close it is in qualifying with these cars, man. It's just, slight little details that can get you that little bit of speed you need. That's the end of qualifying right there.
So that will be the end of qualifying as we get set for our starting grid here this evening for Sim Racing Unleashed on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Round number 7 of season number 8. Hunter Hayward will take the lead. Josh Jones in second. Jason Anderson third. Steven Stipien will come in fourth position in the number 81. Rodrigo Loga will be in fifth position in the number 22. Did I break up then?
You actually only did, but it came through clear. It did, like, it was right at the end of the O. But it came through as clear as it ever has, Lee.
We're going to get it, Rodrigo. I'm telling you. Number sixth position, Todd Neese. Seventh, Stephen Leffler. Eighth, Joseph McWhorter. Ninth, Harrison Chandler. 10th, Michael Yarrow. 11th, Dave Bush. 12th, Brandon Colley. 13th, David Neese. 14th, Lane Doyle. 15th, Mr. Constitution himself, Jason Adams. 16th, Braden Caress. 17th, Robbie Dardell. 18th, Mark Whitley making the jump over to Sim Racing Unleashed. 19th, Robert Cheswick. 20th will be Gomez. 21st, Kerry Chim. 22nd, Brandon Hartwell. And 23rd will be Buzz Lightyear. And that will round out your starting field here for Las Vegas, Nevada. As we talked about 133 laps of pure insanity set to get going here with Sim Racing Unleashed. Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, on himself, Robert Moya, here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Thank you for joining joining us and letting us join you in a wonderful Sunday communion here of Sim Racing Unleashed action.
You know, we got to point out some other things here too. So they got a four tire limit. So that means they got 4 sets, including the one on the car. So they have 3 in their pits. And we got information that 60 laps is a fuel stop. So that's not going to be able to do a one stop. So they will have to stop twice if this race goes green, which will give them an extra set of tires in the pits. But I imagine we'll see a few little, yellows in there every now and then. So we'll get to see what the strategy plays out and see if someone saves a set, whatever, strategy you want to play. But it's going to be interesting. Tire limits always make racing very, very interesting here.
As we get set to go racing at Vegas, Hayward will be on the pole.
Yeah, Hunter Hayward ran so good at Dover. That was a track I really think he was the guy to beat. It'll be interesting to see if he can bring that to Las Vegas here with a great qualifying run already early in this race.
There we go. Try to get my microphone back set. Okay. So Hayward on the pole, Jones in second, Anderson Stipien behind them, Logan East, Leffler McWhorter, Chandler, and Yara will be your first 5 rows as we get set to bring it green. The pace car will come off, and we get set for some Sim Racing Unleashed action here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting Sunday, September 20th, 2020. And Hunter Hayward will bring him across the line to get us started here at Vegas, going down into 1. We got 3 wide, way on back deep, and now they're settled back into 2. We bring it into 1 and 2, and everyone's going to behave nicely. Way to play nice, boys. Logan right up to the backside of Anderson.
Yeah, you're going to see early.
Line too.
Yeah, and you're going to see early here. These guys are going to be all over top each other, all over the racetrack, just trying to find any little bit of space to get around each other here as these cars, like I said, wide open for 5 laps. Then after that, I'm going to say it's a handful.
They bring it into 1, lap number 1 complete. Hunter Hayward showing some muscle here. He has pulled a nice little lead here over Josh Jones. Stimp will be in third, excuse me. Logan with a run on Stipien, now looking to the inside.
Rodrigo.
Logan.
Early in this race, showing some strength in that 22.
Woo. Got close. Going to keep it hugged to the bottom side. He's got a nose underneath Josh Jones now. Logan goes to the apron. Careful, Rodrigo.
A little slick already. You can see, like I said, I got information from these guys. It's going to be right rear limited tonight. And that's what you're going to see when that right rear starts to burn off. It's definitely leaning on that right side, right rear tire coming off these corners.
As they bring it through the line, Josh Jones will take over the lead. Hayward in a second. Stipien will stay in third. Anderson moves up to fourth. Neese in fifth. Logan falls back to sixth. As McWhorter looking to the high side of Logan now, coming out of two. McWhorter looking to the high side of Neese. Joseph McWhorter with a nice run out of two. He is running that number 30 machine, Driven Motorsports. Him and Brandon Colley, teammates. Here comes Mark Whitley underneath Leffler coming out of fourth.
Wow. Mark Whitley coming through the field here early, up to 9th from 18th spot, starting spot in the lead. He's taking no prisoners right now. I'm not worried about that right rear tire though as this run goes on. You know, to push that hard, you got to lean on that thing, and we'll see how it carries on if we get a long run here for him.
He's got Harrison Chandler to the high side of him, so Mark Whitley, we get a shot to the 77. Whitley is trying to work through that field, as you said, up 8 positions, now sitting in the 10th spot.
We got a battle too up front actually. That 76 is starting to try to take over this lead here on this outside line.
Whoa! McWhorter got a little loose, pushed up on stem.
Yeah, he did.
Out of 2, they settle back down, but yeah, McWhorter, he got tight quick. I don't know if it was loose or tight, but he drifted up that track.
Most likely catching it from loose. That's what I imagine, especially on that bottom. Like I said, those bumps down there, man, they upset the car so much that if you get loose, it's just all of a sudden. And I think that's what you see from Joseph. Just have to catch it there early, but he's all over the back of Stem still here in that 30 machine.
Kayla Potter joining us on Facebook as always. Hello, Miss Kayla. And then Kelly Hayward out there on Facebook with the big Go Hunters. So Hunter Hayward and Kelly Hayward. We got some of the ladies joining us in the house tonight. Always makes it interesting when the ladies join the chat during the race. And we race it out of 4. It's going to be Jones and Hunter Hayward side by side. Hayward with the low line. And woo, who took that lap? That was close.
Looks like Hunter took it that time, Lee.
As we're looking at Joseph McWhorter now on your screen. He's running the high side right behind Josh Jones. Going to get a run here. Hayward does not get the momentum. It's going to fall back to 3rd position. Here comes Stipien on the high side in 4th. Right behind them is Jason Anderson, Rodrigo Logas, Mark Whitley.
Yeah.
What, Whitley?
Whitley's he's just driving through the field. Is up front now. We got a battle for the lead. Joseph McWhorter going to the inside of Josh Jones. Lee, you weren't here last week, but man, oh man, did Joseph kind of representing what he did last week. He actually started about 7th or 8th last week at Phoenix, drove up through the field pretty early, and this man went on to dominate Phoenix. And he gets a little loose as getting that apron to 3 and 4. Man, these guys are fighting a loose car. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, he touched that, just barely went a little too far with that white line, and you saw it upset the car. As now he's going to lose positions here. Jones will retake the lead. Hayward now going to work the high side of McWhorter. Whitley has now made it up to 4th position with Harrison Chandler behind him, and then Rodrigo Logan. Then Stipien is falling back to 7th, right in front of Jason Anderson. His teammate Anderson will go underneath and pass Stem and take over the 7th position. Now McWhorter to the inside of Jones once again. McWhorter is strong on these mid-range size, these 1.5-mile, 2-mile tracks. McWhorter is always good on those.
He definitely is, and he also put out in the chat there, he says 32 for the win, but I want to tell him his number's 30, so you get your number right, Joseph.
Wait, we got a 32, though, so he is saying James Doyle will win.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Ross himself is the race winner, called by Joseph McWhorter.
Oh, man.
So let's take a look at the number 81 of Steven Stipien real quick. Let's go ahead and get a close up on him. We've got a Mountain Dew car. I've got my Mountain Dew. Actually, Abby, I need a Mountain Dew. I had to ask my daughter for another Mountain Dew. We've got Steven Stipien in a Mountain Dew car. Now let's go to the 92.
They're all 3 in a row right now. Yeah.
92 of Anderson in the Mountain Dew Code Red. And then Dave Bush in the 53. Oh, look at it. He's got the Shark Week going on. Oh, the Frostbite.
Oh,
see, I don't drink. I drink red. I'm a Stimp Mountain Dew guy.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I don't.
You drink the reg. You're the regular type man.
Yeah, I'm the red.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you too on that.
I love the Frostbite paint job though. That might be my favorite. Let's go back to Anderson, 92. We're gonna check him out. I don't know.
That's
I
a
like
nice
the code red too, man. That
Code red
that
looks nice.
Sharp.
Yeah, it's real sharp.
And now back to the 81 of Stipien.
And also got to point out, Michael Yarrow also, he's got the Mountain Dew paint scheme because I believe he's on Smoke Geek now
Yarrow's
too. So
in the 95. Yeah, Yarrow in the.
I think he's in the GameCube one. No, he's in the it's yellow. I can't see the hood though.
It's not Street Lightning.
Yeah, I think that's what it's.
Yeah,
something lightning. It's something lightning. Yeah.
I think it's Street. We're gonna say Street. I like Yarrow's paint job too. That yellow.
Or Sweet Lightning. It's Sweet Lightning.
Like honey.
Yeah, I've never had that. Oh, you know, and while we're sitting here talking about Mountain Dew, Mark Whitley. Oh my, it's 3 wide up front, guys. For a second, this is the craziest stuff I've ever seen in my life.
We're gonna go back to the front. It's gonna be 3 wide.
Oh.
McQuarter in the middle, jumps to the high side, and that's going to be Harrison Chandler. Yeah, Zach on the low side, grabbing up right behind Hunter Hayward.
What?
Coming in across the start-finish line, Hayward on the high side, Harrison Chandler on the low side. Jones will be behind them. We drive it into 1. Here comes Stipien. Nope, take that back. McQuarter underneath Jones. Almost touches the rear end. We come out of 2. Logos on the high side behind him. Anderson has to check up. Falls behind Stipien and Leffler. We drive it down the backstretch into 1 and into 3. And Mark Whitley has said, see ya, fellas. I'm going to go this way. Hunter Hayward in 2nd. Chandler in 3rd. Jones 4th. McQuarter 5th. Across the start-finish line, 17 of 133 with Sim Racing Unleashed.
I literally have the biggest smile on my face right now. This is just amazing to watch, man. These guys are all over the racetrack. This is racing right here. You know, we got guys from top to bottom, 3 wide, 2 wide. You know, Mark Whitley driving from 18th to 1st. This is wow. Yeah, Collie too. He told me before this race he felt like on the long runs he was super strong, and I was watching him there early. Look, he was saving something. So let's see what Mr. Points Leader can do here tonight.
I wonder how long Mark Whitley can hold this up. Whitley with a 4/10 of a second lead over Hunter Hayward at the moment. Harrison Chandler falling back a little bit as McQuarter's going to work him high side. That's for 4th. And now Leffler's going to dive inside Stipien. Logan's going to throw the block. That is going to be working 6th, 7th, and 8th position.
Ooh, Joseph had a big moment there in the 30, coming off of 4. He had a Brown moment, that's for sure.
To the Warriors Brown pants. Logan behind McQuarter now. And now Jones is starting to work that high groove a little bit, looking for that run off of 2. Stipien had a nice run, but he almost kissed that wall. Watch out, Stimp. Stimp joining us in the booth last night after being taken out in an incident of no fault of his own up in the booth for World Series of Sim Racing. Had fun with him. Thank you, Mr. Steven Stipien, for joining us in the booth.
Yeah, he did a great job. I enjoyed listening to his insight last night. That was a great broadcast with you guys.
Accent. It's like calling a race.
I know, right? It is pretty cool. You know, you get those different accents in there. So, and, you know, I'm definitely not used to that, you know, being a North Carolina boy. And also, when I hear an accent like that, it definitely intrigues me and enlightens my ears.
Step to the inside of Logan now, Collie. So that's going to be 6th and 7th, being overtaken from Logan. He falls back to 8th as we cross the line with 21 of 133 complete. Nope, take that, 20 of 133 complete on lap 21, and now Hayward is called up to Whitley.
Yeah, he said, this is my lap.
Hello to the chat box, who is up on here. There's 2 reasons I like the chat box. Wait a minute, you guys have a thick accent. What kind of accent do we have? Kayla, I want to hear it, girl. But two things I like about the chat box. Number 1, YouTube and Facebook can communicate with each other. I think that's awesome. And number 2, when you rewatch the broadcast, you can see the chat in real time, and I love that. Hunter Hayward to the inside of Whitley coming out of 2. We got a battle for the lead. Whitley with a nice run. He comes up. Hayward does. Almost gets into Josh Jones. Coming into 3. Jones to the high side. Hayward will hug the bottom line. And with now the laps having the tires having 21 laps, whoo! How did Hayward know he had enough room to get up behind Jones right there? He squeezed that one. It's like
as you would say, as you would say, Lee has got ultra instinct right there. He just knew he had the chance.
Ah, man, I wish I had an Ultra Instinct sound button to play right now.
Right.
Yeah, with some Ultra Instinct music going on. Stympian side by side with McQuarter. That's a battle for fifth.
Oh, and they get into each other.
McQuarter to the wall. They both save it. Nice driving by McQuarter and Stympian, but they got way too close. They touched. McQuarter scraped that wall, and that is back in 8th position. McQuarter is in 8th. Stympian in 6th. Stympian going to be right next to Leffler coming down the backstretch.
That he is, and dude, going back and looking at that, that's so unfortunate. That was a little bit of net code that caused all that to happen, and man, that's unfortunate for the 30 of Joseph and the 81 of Steven there, because really running good early in this race. I let Kali get by him too there to get into his top 5 position now. So Mr. Points leader making his way up through the field.
Spin! Hey, get Jones.
He saved it.
Yeah, saved by Jones. Hayward got into the back end of him. We'll have to look and see if that might have been net code as well. Here comes Collie to the inside, charging for 2nd position. It's going to be Collie and Harrison Chandler. Battling for 2nd. Leffler comes to the bottom side of Hayward. We come out of 4 on lap 25 and 133. Brandon Collie will be in 2nd position, trying to chase down Mark Whitley. Chandler Anderson not going to give it up easily. Back behind them, Hunter Hayward and Stephen Leffler. Stympian is now caught back up to that pack. So is Rodrigo Loga and the 5 of Brandon Hartwell.
Yeah, I mean, we literally have 17 cars within 3.5 seconds of this field. This is awesome to watch. And now let's see if Brandon Collie can get past Harrison, which Harrison's doing a good job of holding him off right here. Is actually Josh Jones all the way back to that 10th position as we're looking at the Bob Ross machine, the 32, who Joseph said was going to win the race tonight.
So Christopher Miller asked who won last night. If I'm not mistaken, it was Brian Rainville, correct?
Yes, yeah, Brian Rainville, yep.
Yeah, he was, and I do not have a thick Southern accent. Thank you, ma'am. I might throw my Kentucky Fried Chicken accent out there where I'll be like the Colonel, but no, I do not have a thick Southern accent. I'm sorry. You New England people just used to your chowder and go to your car.
Your car. That's yeah. I don't doubt that I have one. I mean, you know.
No, I probably do.
I was about to say you're from Nashville.
Yeah.
You definitely got one. Let's be real.
Dude, before I actually did television and everything, my accent was so much worse. And so they set me down because they were like, all right, so, you sure you can? Because I just went and asked a producer, I'm like, do you need an announcer? They're like, well, yeah, sure. Do you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, that's how I literally got into television. And sat down and started. It wasn't live like this. It was post. So we would take footage that was already recorded, and we would do the play-by-play over top of it. And we did like the first segment. We stopped for the commercial break. He goes, "Yeah, we're going to do that all over again." Oh, we got an incident. Where's it at?
Dave Bush.
Oh no, Bush!
He's rolling backwards on the apron. But I think he's gonna get spun around. If no cars come by, I don't think that'll be a yellow.
He tapped the wall.
It's gonna be coming. Yep, there it is.
He was trying, man. Dave was trying to keep that caution from coming out. But the icy cool Mountain Dew, I forgot what it's Shark Week to me. Dave Bush, man, and Dave is he is completed. I haven't got a chance to check it out yet. My super late model Freaky Fast paint job.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Cedric Hunter joining us in the chat. Hello, Mr. Hunter. Said he might have to join these guys. Ain't got nothing to do most Sundays anyways. Tell you what, Cedric, the cross-pollination between Sim Racing Unleashed and World Series of Sim Racing, I believe, has increased the competitiveness and the excitement of both leagues.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. That's a fact. That is a fact right there. That's for sure.
Two of the best leagues really around right now.
That's for sure, man. It's a great group of guys on both sides, and being part of the owners there at World Series of Sim Racing, I'm more than happy these guys came over. I mean, the Sim Racing Unleashed guys have been nothing but great to us, So, and I hope our boys are out there setting a good example for us too. So, it's important for me.
One thing that I noticed, so when the SRU guys came over to WSSR for the first time, a lot of the comments, oh, wait a minute, ma'am. on lap 31 of 133. Tonight, Sunday, September 20th at 7:26 Central Standard Time in the year 2020, we are going to have our first pit party of the evening. There's a lot of guys coming down here on lap 31. But back to my story, because that's more important. They were talking about that they had to get used to the WSSR guys because you guys drove not necessarily in a bad way, but more aggressive throughout the race instead of holding back. And they adapted very well. And now that style is actually starting to, this is more aggressive in driving from SRU than normal. And you can see that both levels of competition rising in both leagues. And it's an amazing thing to be a part of.
It definitely is, and as a competitor, in WSSR, I can allude to the aggressiveness. A lot of us guys have ran with each other for so long that we know who we need to hold off and who to let go, and so it gets to a point where you know who you're racing so well that it gets. We know how to push each other's buttons, but push it to the where we don't, cause too many issues. I mean, it's one of the amazing things, and it's cool to see like the bleed over, from both leagues. Like I don't know, it is really, really cool, and I'm just happy to see, two great leagues putting on shows like they have.
After the pit stops, Leffler, Hayward, and Jason Adams stay out. Now Leffler comes in, he gets that bonus point. So Hunter Hayward is out, he will get a bonus point. Jason T. Adams is out. And then it's going to be Anderson after the pit shakeup in third, Whitley fourth, Harrison Chandler fifth, Stimpy in sixth, Collie seventh, Josh Jones eighth, Brandon Collie, Michael Yarrow, and Lane Doyle. We'll kind of round it out as now we started to go double file, so my timing started flipping all
jumbling up.
Man, it acted like it was possessed.
The crazy thing about all this lead out is we're going to have the front two on old tires and also Jason Anderson not taking tires on the last stop. So it's going to shake up some of the stuff right here. Did Mark Whitley take tires? Actually, I'll go back and look at that because I believe he did.
Oh, Anderson blink.
Yeah, so take 4 tires from Mark Whitley on the side. So, yeah, I think everybody other than Anderson took tires or didn't take tires. Or everybody other than Anderson took tires there. I was right the first time.
I'd like to say hello to everyone watching on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us for your Sunday night obsession Sim Racing Unleashed here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Please follow our page and our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to that so you can watch all the great broadcasts here on Freaky Fast. About to go green. It'll be lap 34 of 133 when we cross the line. The front two, Hayward and Adams. No pit stop behind them. You got Anderson, who did not take tires, and then Mark Whitley, who was dominant. Look at the start by Whitley. Going to take it 3 wide, coming across the start-finish line. Whitley in the middle. Anderson now going to drop down to the low side, look inside of Hunter Hayward. We go into 1 and 2. Whitley and Anderson side by side. Then behind them is going to be Harrison Chandler. And then you got Collie dropping right up to the back end of Chandler. The 24 is dropping way back. That's going to be Jason Adams. He's letting everybody go on past him. Anderson's going to drop back. Harrison Chandler is going to come into third. Now looks to the low side. He gets a little loose. Coming now through the start-finish line. Hayward will be overtaken by Mark Whitley, and Brandon Collie will follow Whitley on the high side. And then it'll be Harrison Chandler, Jason Anderson, who comes in front of Stip. It looks like he got loose.
This is pretty amazing from Hunter there, how well he's hanging on right now. I mean, he's definitely dropped back to 4th already, but man, I figured old tires you go back quicker, like almost like Jason Anderson kind of is right here.
Man, look at the battle of 32 of Lane Doyle, the Bob Ross machine, and the number 5 of Brandon Hartwell. That is going to be a battle for 8th position. Rodrigo Luna going to come up in there. Right underneath Bob Ross. Jason Anderson's going to get up in that hornet's nest. Up in front of him drops Hartwell. Coming down the backstretch. Man, they are throwing it. And now Jones gets a little loose. Logan to the backside of him. Down the front stretch, across the start-finish line. Hartwell to the high side above Jones. Loga and Anderson will be behind them. That is all still in the top 10, and we're on lap 37 of 133. Oh, they're going to try to split Jones. Jones goes high. Anderson almost rear ends it. The 32 of Lane Doyle. Here comes Joseph McQuarter to the bottom side. Jones gets hung out to dry. Doyle takes it into 3. McQuarter hugs the white line. We come out of 4. That is going to be a battle. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's a handful tonight, man. I'm telling you, these guys are swatting flies.
Loga inside of Stepien. That is going to be a battle for 6th position. As Stepien drops on back, we're starting to settle it down just a wee bit for a momento por favor. And then they're going to probably crank it back up again as we drop back and look at the 76 of Jones. He is being followed by Michael Yarrow. Oh, and then you just want to talk Stepien. McQuarter just goes right past the car cam, but still.
That was an awesome shot. Yeah, that was a pretty cool shot to see him just zoom by like that. That was epic. Man, that was pretty cool. Right here riding with Harrison Chandler now.
Our producer, Robert, Oz is pretty powerful with these camera shots and stuff. I do believe brings the best broadcasting that there is, bar none. Freaky Fast and Robert Moyer. Thank you, sir. Right, so Levi Cox out there in the chat, he says every time he sees us broadcast this league, it makes him want to race it. Man, you need to come join him for a fun time here on a Sunday night. Some good competitive action with Sim Racing Unleashed. Lee Tidwell, Zach Hall, and Robert Moya. Oz himself of Freaky Fast Broadcasting, racing you race number 7 of season 8. As Michael Yarrow there on your screen, he has moved up now into the 10th position, found in the 32 Bob Ross machine of Lane Doyle. Yarrow is one that, man, he's got Ricky Bobby syndrome. He's either first or last.
What I've noticed just from racing with Yarrow, he's come to WSSR and the races I've done here now at SRU. Really, he's one of the most patient drivers I've ever seen. He's very, very patient. He will be quicker than a guy, and he will not, force the issue like some drivers would. And I mean, sometimes that definitely can hurt you by losing time, but also it puts you in positions sometimes where you can scrape up the bits that people, kind of destroying themselves and beating themselves, where he doesn't beat himself on a nightly basis. We go back to Braden Caress in the 91. I like that Red Bull scheme there.
Yeah, Caress in the 91 is running in 17th position. He's got David Neese, Buzz, and Robert Cheswick back behind him, and they're kind of mixing it up a little bit. Buzz is not afraid to send it. Oh, Neese goes under to the apron. Neese comes up, gets loose. He's going to hold on to it.
Good save.
Yeah, great save by David Neese.
Really, really good. Back here for Robert Cheswick.
27 machine. Yeah, now we're with Robert Cheswick in that Valvoline car. Always makes me think of Mark Martin.
Yeah, same.
At 44, Robbie Darnell running in 20th position.
The Sani machine.
And then we're going to go to the 33. That's going to be Gomez. What's Gomez's real name? Somebody tell me. I forgot. Mark Gomez. Gomez is his real name. That's what makes me look stupid every time I say that. 27 to David Neese. He got a little loose, man. When you touch that apron, you can lose it here. My favorite paint scheme. My favorite paint scheme of SRU, the 17 of Kerry Chim.
Cedric's a big fan of that one, I know.
Yeah, running the Project Diva machine. Then we got Hunter Chandler in second position back up front now.
Yeah, Harrison Chandler here has been super strong tonight. And he was running Mark Dow on the long run before. Now he started in that pretty much with that track position there about second or third on this restart. And he has stayed right with Mark here, and they pulled a gap about 3.4 seconds to Brandon Colley. These two right now are really setting the lap times afire with those newer tires, and if it stays green, it's going to fall right into these guys' hands.
Yeah, Colley in the 2 and Loga are the next two back, as you said, about 3.5 seconds, but we're going to stay up front with Brandon Colley and Harrison Chandler. As Chandler is kind of biding his time right here, but you can see he's starting to realize that he might have a little bit more than Whitley in this run. Now coming up underneath. Nice run here by Harrison Chandler on lap 46 of 133. Going to test that inside line going into 1. And I think this is where the lead change will happen, is here on lap 47. But Whitley's still strong on that high side. He has more than what I thought.
Yeah, 1 and 2, personally, that middle line is really good. Really, really good line. This is where Harrison really beats him, I believe. He gets to the bottom a lot better than Mark does. As you see off the corner, look, he just turns his nose a little bit, and that's where he gains time up off the exit because he keeps that exit nice and straight. Mark Whitley's scrubbing that speed off, and you're going to see a run to the inside again here. It's tough on that bottom, though, through 1 and 2.
As they go into 1 and 2.
Trying to pull slider.
Yeah, tried to slide up in front of him, did not have it. Luckily, they did not get into each other. There might have been a 0x involved in that. But Whitley will continue with the lead.
Yeah. I think he's got to set him up where he gets to run out of 2 and gets to the inside of him in 3 and 4. If he gets to the inside of him in 3 and 4, especially into 3, I think it's a done deal for Chandler. I think he'll go straight to the lead. But passing here in 1 and 2 on that bottom lane is very tough. The bumps down there, they really upset the car when it's loose. That's right on board with him now.
Yeah, and you can see him just pulling up to the back of Whitley and them fighting that wheel here on lap 49. These guys been in on lap 31, so about 17, 18 lap tires. And they're starting to have to fight that wheel. Coming out of the turns as we come down in front of the start-finish line. Man, that's a good clippable moment right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, look here, Lee. Top 3 change. Look at your man, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, Logan to the top 3. Logan makes the podium, baby. No, Collie. Stop it.
Collie crosses him
over. Dadgummit, Collie.
Collie's probably listening. This says, I can't give Lee this right now.
Yeah, that's right. Get loose, Collie. Cross the start-finish line. Collie in 3rd. Logan in 4th. Logan comes to the backside of him. Going to drop down inside. Using that low line, he's going to push Collie up a little bit. Trying to take a little bit of that middle groove run there. And Collie's going to have a nice little exit of 2 and maintain 3rd position. Brandon Collie, one of the nicest individuals you'll ever meet. I love being able to pick with him, even though he is really mean to me during most of our practice sessions together. Lead change is what I'm being told in my ear. And Harrison Chandler has overtaken Mark Whitley.
Yeah, and he did that exactly like I said. He needed to make sure he was on his inside, entering into 3. He made that happen. He got the run coming out of 2. He entered lower, and he was able to make the pass through 3 and 4 as Whitley got a little loose in that middle groove. I possibly think you could see Harrison start to pull away here. We'll see how big a deal the draft is here, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing about these 1.5 mile ovals, too, is the draft might not be as important as a Talladega or a Daytona, but it is crucial. Logan to the backside of Collie.
Yeah, he's all over him.
Yeah, Rodrigo, he's tired of being also ran. And he is looking to make the podium. Yeah, Brandon Hartwell.
Oh, from 22nd to 5th.
17. Mark Whitley's up 16 spots.
Yeah. Brandon Collie, we've had some big movers throughout this race, man. It's been a great race so far with all this action going on here.
Danny Lawson letting us know about the tires. 3 sets in the pits, and the one you start with here for this race. Logo with a nice run. He's going to just kind of patiently wait him out, try to get that hard run off of 4. And that seems to be a good passing lane. It's really starting that run off of 4. Once that line comes in, but the bottom line is just, as you said, Zach, not holding the way that middle line is. You got to lift.
Yeah, the thing is also if you got that car on the outside, if you can run the bottom and let the car come up, it's a little bit easier because you don't have that wheel in it. So when you go over the bumps, you can kind of let it sell over the bumps. But if you got a car on your outside, like we see with Harrison Chandler and Mark Whitley earlier, he almost got completely into Mark just because there's bumps down there, and you see Brandon Hartwell actually making the pass here now on Logan. But those bumps down there, they're really tough to hold your car down on them, and especially there's a lot on late exits, so you want to get your car up into that middle groove as soon as you can.
So we'll go ahead and since Levi's asking about it, yes, we made our announcement last night, ladies and gentlemen. On Saturday night, October 31st, it's going to be a 31st? Good gosh, I cannot speak English tonight. October 31st, Halloween Eve, Halloween night here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. It will be a nightmare on Freaky Fast, a special event brought to you by Electronic Express. It will be 200 laps of super late model action at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We've already had commitments from World Series of Sim Racing. We've had commitments from Sim Racing Unleashed drivers. We're in talks with other drivers. We'll also have an application process because the prize is being offered. There's going to be a lot of good drivers that's going to be a part of this. Third place will receive a T-shirt of their choice, either World Series of Sim Racing or Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Second place will be a free Sim box from Budget Sim Boxes. Robert will have more information on that in just a moment. And first place will be $100 cash, brought to you by electronicexpress.com. That is a nightmare on Freaky Fast, Halloween night, October 31st, 8:50 p.m. Eastern time. Correct, Zach?
Yes, it should be either 8:50 or 9. We got to iron that out. but
yeah,
around there.
Around 8:50 on Halloween Eve. Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, super late models with all the great stars you see here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Speaking of the great stars you see here, who is that flying up on Brandon Hartwell? That's a lapper.
Yeah, I believe that is a lapper there of
Braden Caress. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Braden Caress. Or yeah, there it is. Yeah, Braden Caress in 91. Yeah, he must have pitted.
Yeah, he pitted on 52, so yeah, you can see what new tires will do for you. But that gives Logan the opportunity to come to the inside of Collie.
And then Hartwell, too. Oh, Logan used all the racetrack there, guys. He didn't save an inch right there. That was nice.
Rodrigo Loga running top 3 at the moment as we're on lap 60 of 133 with Sim Racing Unleashed. Lee Tidwell, Zach, almost said Zach Moyer. I about shipped you guys. Zach Hall and Robert Moyer here with you on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We got some teammates battling around here with the 81 of Stippian and Yarrow in the 95, and they're trying to chase down Jason Anderson. So we're trying to hook up the Mountain Dew cars here.
That they are, and they got Josh Jones right there behind them.
That's back in 8th, 9th, and 10th position. Jones in 11th.
Yeah, and all these guys did not take tires on their stop. So they definitely are feeling that effect, as really everybody from 7th on back is on older tires, with Hunter Hayward about 15.5 seconds back from the lead. And the rest of the top 6 are about 5.5 seconds between all of them. So different strategies, but these guys right here are going to pit. Well, a lot of these guys did come down pit road and top off, but I know Hunter Hayward did not pit at all, so he'll be pitting very soon. And as I say that, he is pull down the pit road right now, as you'll see the 81 and the 95 passing.
Yeah, so Hunter Hayward, our last competitor not to pit, coming in now on lap 62.
The only issue with this is if you would have pitted, it's a one stop to the end here. So these guys out here, pitted on lap 30 for their fuel, and that means that they're going to be able to go about to 90, and that'll set them up for about a 43 lap run. So yeah, these guys only got to pit once, while Hunter's going to have to at least pit twice. So he's definitely going to have to hope for a caution.
Logo with a heck of a run on Hartwell here, but then they got to split the 24 of Jason Adams.
Oh.
Adams now goes to the high side. Hartwell's going to have to check up. Now he's going to cut down in front of Loga.
Yeah, I believe the 24 is on new tires.
Yeah, the 24 of Jason Adams. He is 2 laps down, but on new tires. But yeah, now Hartwell's going to have a good run on Loga.
And this is all at Joseph McWhorter in the 30 close up to him. So the top 5, really from 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th are all right on top of each other.
Yeah, here comes Collie. Collie with a charge off of 4.
Wow, and Mark Whitley took the lead back. Dude, man, I'm telling you, this is crazy racing here tonight.
And they got a lap car.
Yeah, bring Caress.
Yeah, so Caress is going to stay high. Let them on by. So you got Whitley and Harrison Chandler. And man, what a lead how big of a lead do they got?
About a 5.5 second lead over third place there. I mean, these two have really been going at it, and I thought when Harrison got out front because of how well he was running behind Mark, he'd be able to pull away. But I'm telling you, I think this draft, I think these guys are so close that whoever gets behind is going to be a little bit quicker just with that draft.
So to answer a quick question, Lee.
Why did we go on the wall?
Oh no, Loga!
He did a good job not to hit it too hard though.
Loga touched the wall. Do not boo-boo the car, Loga. And that's going to allow Colley and McWhorter to pass him and puts Loga back into 6th position. Now you've got a lap car of David Neese on newer tires coming flying up behind Loga.
Yeah, a lot of guys on different strategies. Oh, Harrison Chandler's pitting, guys. So 829.
So the 829, the Harrison Chandler will pit. That'll leave Whitley out by his lonesome. I predict he comes in this time.
He'll be coming very soon, I imagine. The only thing I would say is you want to push it farther because right now we'll be completing lap 70 or 69. That still is 63 laps, 64 laps that he needs to run under green, and we were heard 60 laps under fuel. So I don't know if he didn't put fuel in the car when he came down for the 829 the first time, but I think you're going to want to go at least to 80 to make sure that you can make it with that. That'll be your final stop of the race if it stays green here.
Yeah, he's short pitted. See if that's going to work out for him. Interesting strategy, yeah. Cotton. Let's see if it plays out.
Good way to put it there. That's for sure. And he'll be running way quicker, and whenever these guys do pit, he'll have a pretty good lead. So if he ever gets a caution, and it doesn't stay green, he should come around as the leader when the caution comes out. But you never know with the way things out. These guys could go till at least lap 90. So he could get called out and get caught a lap down.
Colley running in the 3rd position, and that 02 has Joseph McWhorter starting to catch up to him. Todd Neese in the 01, listen to me, in the 1 is pitting in this time. Lane Doyle in that Bob Ross machine said he's pitting in. So there's a lot of guys starting to hit that pit.
That pit window is opening up for these guys. I'm interested if these guys didn't put fuel in on their stop. That's the only thing I'm questioning, is because they haven't gone, too much farther. But they would have had to personally if they're going to 71th. So they had to put a little bit of fuel in there for sure. And Lane Doyle is drifting into pit road. That was a nice picture there you painted, Bob Ross.
So to answer the question, to enter the race, we're going to have a application. I got to get with Zach about that and some of the guys that are helping. So going to have an application. As long as we know that you're a clean driver, you're going to be in that race. We're looking for the best of the best. This really truly is going to be an all-star event. And then we also have an entry race for people that we might not know your driving style, and we want to get you in there on a qualifying race. But all of those details will be worked out around October 1st. But we'll get the full information out on that. At least want to go ahead and announce the event. So guys, if you wanted your chance at $100, start practicing Nashville in the super late model.
That's for sure, man. It's going to be very fun. And Brandon Hartwell now up to 2nd. He's starting to pull away from Colley and McWhorter. So 5 looking pretty strong here as the sprint continues on. But I tell you what, Mark Whitley with a 6.4 second lead. I think this guy likes Las Vegas. If I can remember correctly, too, from our old days of racing here, this was one of his best tracks.
So Whitley in the lead, Hartwell in 2nd, Colley 3rd, McWhorter 4th, Loga up to 5th position. Josh Jones in 6th. Steven Stipien in 7th. Michael Yarrow 8th. Dave Bush in 9th. Stephen Leffler will round out your top 10. We're on lap 75 of 133 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with Sim Racing Unleashed. Leffler going to pit this lap.
And we're nearing the point where I know you can make it from here. I mean, this is less than 60 laps to go. The pit window is 60, so from here on out you can make it. And I think that's what you're seeing from Stephen Leffler. He says, I've made it this far. This is my final pit stop. And yeah, I think you're going to see the other guys go a little bit farther maybe, but we'll see if they do.
Yeah, I mean, we've only had one caution.
Yep.
Is this kind of like that race? Robert, which race was it we went 100 laps under green flag? Was it with World Series or was Sim Racing Unleashed?
I know we did a bunch at Kansas under green.
It might have been that one. It was like 100 laps under green. It was crazy.
It was a while. You know, the other thing that makes Kansas feel like so long is it's follow the leader. You can't really pass like you can on this track, so there's not much going on. But, you know, but this, yeah, these guys have been going at it, man. This is some great racing. And these cars are not easy to drive tonight. Let me point out, this isn't, you know, our normal cookie cutter, just slam the gas down and it sticks. This thing is a handful, and these guys are really having to will it. So you're seeing a lot of great driving out here tonight at SRU.
Yeah, so on the chat, Miss Potter, when did I'm not going to jinx Steven. He's in 6th position right now. He's going to be good. I promise. I hope. Because if not, then I am truly his kryptonite. I'm going to go by Lex Luthor from now on. Jordan Farley joining us on Facebook. Hello, Miss Jordan. How are you doing? Collie up to 3rd position now as we see Steven Stipien and Michael Yarrow
coming to pit road.
Yes, sir. I do like those Mountain Dew cars, though, man.
Yep, right around here, starting lap 80. So I think I think this is the perfect point to pit. I think this sets you up pretty well for the end, and yeah. So, oh man, I see on chat, Levi said he still owes me one. I'm sorry, Levi. I'm sorry. Look, I lost my temper sometimes. You know, you forget to hit the brake, and sorry, but don't do it for the 100.
One of the things that you have to look at, because when you look at these all-star type events, and you look at our most recent one here that we've had broadcast on Freaky Fast was, you know, at Indy. And if I remember correctly, Mr. Hall, you came away with the victory there at Indy.
Yes, I did actually. So hopefully we can keep that 2 for 2 maybe. But yeah, it'll be so tough at Nashville. That place is a handful, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Hopefully I'll even qualify for it. So
Mark Whitley continues to lead. Collie has moved up to 2nd position now, fellas.
Yeah. Oh, and Kayla said, "Do I race on Saturday nights?" Yeah, I do. I like to ride in the back a lot this season, especially. Having a tough season this Saturday, but yeah, I race every Saturday night. And yeah, Mark is continuing on, man. This is really interesting to see how far he's going to take this. I wonder if he's going to take it to 90. Because I believe he can make it to 90. So is Collie, so is McWhorter, and they're driven motorsports, all 3 of those guys. I wonder if that's their plan, try to go as long as they can. But at the same time, I would think you want to come in and, you know, stop that undercut that's happening. So anytime now, these top 3, I imagine we'll see them pit.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see that the top 3 is all driven motorsports guys. But look at Todd Neese. Man, he's got fresh tires, but he is wiggly. Trying to warm those tires up. He pitted on lap 70. So he's got 14 laps on those tires going underneath Collie now. But, man, he wiggled on coming out of 4.
Yeah, it's right. Like I say, it's just a handful, man. It's so tough driving these cars lately. And personally, this is the type of racing that I love. And I know I've been having a lot of bad luck this season, but personally I haven't felt this much fun and this, you know, quick in a cup car in a really long time. You know, Really lately, it's been kind of a slot car, as I would call it. You kind of just go in there, hit your mark, and hit the gas, and it kind of just does its own thing. And now you're really having to use that wheel and that right foot to control it. And it brings this type of racing where you see comers and goers and people running different lines. It's really what racing should be. So I'm happy to see these cars with a little bit of rear end happiness.
Everybody likes a little rear end happiness.
And I think, speaking of that, Joseph just pitted. So,
speaking of that, Joseph McWhorter. I mean, a perfect segue there, sir.
Yeah, and trust me, his rear end happiness has almost killed me twice this season. So, got me in trouble.
Lap 86 of 133. Hello to everyone joining us out there on the interwebs. Either directly connected to your modem or via the Wiffies. Thank you for putting up with our craziness on Sunday evenings here on Sim Racing Unleashed. We're on lap 87 of 133. Mark Whitley, Brandon Colley. Now, Dave Bush has moved up to third as it looks like McWhorter, he pitted on lap 83.
Yeah, he did. He went ahead and said, I'm going to go ahead and try to get the undercut. Really, he's trying to undercut his teammate at this point, really, because him and Colley are right there with each other. And it's going to be tough to undercut Mark with the lead he has. So, that'll be interesting, but at the same time, you're going to see Mark not come out in the lead after the cycle's through, just due to the fact that Harrison pitted so early.
What a recovery for Dave Bush, though.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point, Lee.
Bush involved in that incident that brought out the one caution of the evening and is now back up to third position. Now, granted, he pitted on lap 31, we're on lap 88. He still needs to pit one more time, but to fight back up and now be in contention, especially if a caution comes out. Great effort and determination there by the number 53 of Dave Bush.
Points leader Brandon Colley on the pit road. Second place has decided it's enough time here. He's coming down and he wants to get him some Formish feel goods.
I always want to sing that song. I can feel good. Everyone makes you feel all right. But, copyright and all. So, I try to just mumble through it so the Facebook algorithm don't zap us.
Yeah, because I know you so well that, that bot's going to catch us. Like, that's the song right there. That's it. But Levi out there saying, is this a PG-13 broadcast? With Lee here, I think it's R-rated.
No. I control my language very well. It's not my fault that your dirty mind took it to the gutter there, Levi.
Exactly, true. Levi, come on now.
Lap 89 of 133. Colley comes off of pit road. He will fall back into 8th position. Whitley will stay out. Actually, Whitley just came in. Mark Whitley, number 77, pitted just now. So our leader pits. That'll put Dave Bush in the lead. And now we're going to watch him to see when he will come in. I think Dave Bush has the most stylish profile picture in all of broadcasting.
I completely agree with you. The hat, the glasses, just the little the grab to the glasses, it's just style. I mean,
he's got swag.
You cannot deny. That's for sure. I mean, it might be. Well, I ain't gonna say that. That's me. Never mind. I can't say that.
I don't know where he's gonna go with that, but
I was gonna say old man swag. I didn't want to call him an old man at the same time. So, Dave, I'm sorry. You got swag.
Look, I would appreciate old man swag at this point in my life.
I don't know. Some people might take offense to calling him an old man, so it's just funny.
Well, what do you consider old?
I mean, I'm 26, so probably I don't know, if you're above 40, I consider you kind of old, You're kind of getting there.
Wow. Thank you, sir. That'll do it for me this broadcast. I'll see you guys never again on Saturdays, but back here next Sunday.
And I'm banned from Sundays now.
Right? Start bringing Colley, sorry you're leading the points. You have to quit and come up in the booth with me now because Zach is banned.
Okay, maybe 50. I'll give you that. That's like you're over the hill.
Young and hard, darn it.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters, right?
Lap 93 of 133, one caution for 3 laps from way back about 45 minutes ago or so. And these guys just continue to race. Stipien and Jones side by side. Y'all
They are.
woo! Who did they almost rear end going? Almost hit Dave Bush. Bush comes in the pit and Stip almost clipped him.
That was almost Mountain Dew on Mountain Dew contact right there.
You cannot mix your dews, man. You can't
No,
do it.
you can't.
That's sacrilegious, sir.
I wish they had a Baja Blast bar though. I don't know. I'm a big fan of regular Mountain Dew, but like Baja Blast is pretty fire if you ask me.
Is it the only place you can get that Taco Bell?
I'm pretty sure, but I mean, I think what it is. I'm pretty sure it's just Mountain Dew and Powerade, blue Powerade. I think that's what it is.
My son always gets Baja Blast when we go to Taco Bell. When he was even little bitty, he'd be like, "What do you want to drink?" But they'd be like, "Baja Blast." I'm like, all right, buddy, I'll get you a Baja Blast.
I like that Baja Blast. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's when he was like 2. We'd go to Taco Bell and he'd want a soft taco and a Baja Blast.
Oh, it's awesome. As now it's all cycled through here. Harrison Chandler is our leader.
Mark Whitley in second. He is way behind, though.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Harrison cannot make it to the end of this race unless he saves a lot of fuel. And, Steven Stimpy, and he said, hello, 829. Luckily, Steven there, the smart driver Steven is, he was able to not run over Mr. Harrison. That would have been a shooken up Mountain Dew right there.
Yeah, that one would have spewed all over the place. We bring it across the line, lap 96 of 133 complete. Harrison Chandler in the lead. And now Stip's going to drive down to the low side, looking underneath Jones. Now you got Yarrow right behind Chandler. He's going to drop inside. And Chandler pitted on lap 66, Zach. The other guys, lap 90, 83, 81. The only other guy that hadn't pitted that is even in the top 10 since around the 60s is Hunter Hayward on 62. Hunter Hayward had a big fan club last time he was in one of the races. So I wonder where the Hunter Hayward fans are tonight.
That's for sure. Hunter's got lots and lots of fans, that's for sure. And at Dover, they were out there. They were supporting him. That's for dang sure. I mean, you always see Hayward's name out there in the chat, so that's always cool to see. And
Right. Okay. So Kayla, yes, Mountain Dew is Southern. Mountain Dew, as we discussed last night, wasn't invented as a soda or a soft drink. No, ma'am. It was invented to be a mixer for moonshine.
Really?
That is what Mountain Dew was invented for. So that is why it's so tasty and delicious.
That's why it's so good.
It's to be mixed with your moonshine. Yes, it is a mixer.
Well, then it's definitely Southern. That's for, it's a Pepsi company. So, New Bern, North Carolina, only like 30 minutes from where I live is where Pepsi was born.
I need another one already.
Yeah. It's good. It's definitely good. A little sweet, though. A little sweet.
Whoa. Who got loose there?
That looked like...
That is Harrison Chandler.
Yeah, he's hanging on to the older tires. He's coming down pit road, too, guys.
Yeah, he got loose going into the pits, trying to slow down and not get that black flag for speeding in the pits, and almost locked him up.
Yeah, and that's going to shake it all up from here. Like I said, he was not able to make it on fuel. It's kind of why I question why he pit that early. Maybe he didn't take fuel on that first stop. Did he just take right sides only?
I think so.
Oh, that's an interesting decision. May the force be with you, young man.
Whitley will inherit the lead. Loga is behind him, but Loga is running in 10th position. And you can see Mark Whitley, since he pitted on lap 90, man, he is just taking off. And rewind from about 30 minutes ago, and that's the way Whitley's looking on this field at the moment. In second position is Brandon Colley. Colley is running, about a turn behind. 2 turns behind.
Yeah, that's weird, too, because Colley pitted later than Joseph and Hartwell. So he did a great job to already be back by them. So good job on Brandon Colley there to be in that second place position now, with Hartwell and McWhorter are just been side by side for really the last 10 laps almost, in that 30 and that 5.
It looks like Hunter Hayward will have to pit still.
Yeah.
Braden Caress just came in. Jason Adams will have to pit still. Robbie Darnell and a few others. But right now, Whitley, after final pit stops, Whitley in first, Colley in second, Hartwell third, McWhorter fourth, Josh Jones in fifth, Stympian in sixth, Hunter Hayward seventh, Stephen Leffler in eighth. Oh, Bob Ross came up.
Ooh, yeah. That was
32
close.
of Lane Doyle. He was on that apron. He came whoopsie doopsie up there. Leffler in eighth, Harrison Chandler in ninth, and Rodrigo Loga will be in 10th position.
Wow, and right in front of in front of Brandon Colley, the 51 of Buzz, just dead sideways. You can see his numbers in the corner as we go back here to the 7th place position with Hunter Hayward.
Yep, Hunter Hayward in 7th position in that number 21 machine. Got Stympian and Jones in front of him, Leffler behind. We come out of 2. Oh, Stympian got a good run on Jones. Had to let up a little bit. It's going to bring Hayward right to the backside of Stympian. Drops to the inside in 3. Looking to overtake that position. And will. He is now in 6. Can he hold on to it? And slide up in front of Stimp. No, Stimp's able to keep that nose out in front. We're going to race it down the front stretch across the start-finish line. For the moment, Hayward had the position, but now Stimp back up in front. That'll put Stympian in 6th. Jones will remain in 5th. Hayward back into 7th. Then behind them will be Leffler. In between everyone will be the number 6 of Robert Cheswick.
Yeah, and this is this right here is this race right. Oh wow, and Steven Stympian's pin, I think.
Yeah, Stympian came into pit. Hayward almost took the back end off. As I didn't hear a call out. And I'm not sure if Hayward knew that he was pitting, but almost took the back end. So Stympian will pit on lap 105. Looks like some of these guys are going to go ahead and use all guys. Look, I sound like Steven Stympian. Some of these guys are going to woo, careful. Hunter Hayward. Had Harrison Chandler with a huge run to the backside of him. And almost got into him. Hayward slowed down dramatically.
Yeah, and that's just the closing rate of new tires compared to older tires, and that's what you'll see. It's tough when you're the guy on the older tires. You see him coming, but you don't expect it to be that fast of an approach, and sometimes it just happens in a blink of an eye, and there he is. And yeah, Hunter was hanging onto the slide too.
Literally watch Harrison Chandler run down Jason Jones from the exit of 2 to the entrance of 3.
Yeah, it's amazing the closing rate, really.
So pit stop continuing, and yeah, I think everyone's going to use their stops. Whitley is still in the lead. He's above Stephen Leffler at the moment.
Yeah, he's trying to get by the lap car here, Steven. And that'll be lapping 8th place. Not too far behind Hunter Hayward either here. So, dominant night so far for that 77. Let's see if he can continue this. He's hoping for green, clean racing right now. That's all Mark Whitley's hoping.
Yeah, Whitley pitting on lap 90. He would be able to make it.
Yeah, he's good to the end. Really, right now, the top 4 are all good to the end. Well, Harrison Chandler now in 5th too is also good to the end.
We're going to race it in. Jason Anderson blinking. Sir, I'm going to get you an internet booster.
You know what's interesting is I don't see him blink. And the same thing for Robert. Robert sees him blink. Also, well, actually, I just seen him blink right there. So what do I know?
Anderson, man, you can just see him flying up through there. He's going to cut up underneath Hayward. Falling between Hayward and Whitley. Great camera angle there.
You want to know a fun fact about Mr. Anderson here? I did not know this till last night. As Mr. Larry Yingling, the robot himself, pointed it out to me. Jason Anderson was on the original DWC class for iRacing. In 2010, he was a professional oval racer.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. Ooh, he scraped the wall there? Yeah, close.
He got close, and he's in this position right now. He's in the 23rd last position, 15 laps down. He lost. He actually fell through due to connection. So yeah, unfortunate for his internet, did not hold up for him. But yeah, Mr. Anderson is a former pro, man. So it's cool to see a DWC driver out here, former DWC.
Yeah, and he's super strong too. I'm looking forward to see what he can do in Nashville.
Definitely.
Let's see, with a power move like what he just did there. So
yeah,
we're watching the 30 of Joseph McWhorter. The 5 of Brandon Hart will carry Jim behind them.
Yeah, those two have been going at it for literally like the last 40 laps. Every time I check on those two, they're literally either nose to tail or side by side like this. One will lead for 10 laps, the other one will switch back, and then kind of back and forth from there. And yeah, this is the fight for the podium position, but they also got to focus behind them because only about 11 seconds back from behind them is Harrison Chandler on the new tires, and in 20 laps, with the laps that they're running right now, 31.7 to Harrison Chandler's 30.9, he will catch them at this point.
Yeah, they're racing it out of 2 now. McWhorter is sticking to that high line. Hartwell on the low side. Kerry Chims just like, hey, fellas, I'm just enjoying the view on a Sunday night drive. Y'all do your thing. Woo! Hartwell got a little loose there coming out of 4. They come door to door across the start-finish line. It will be McWhorter by a nose on that lap. We are now 115 of 133. Hello to everyone out there on the internet with Facebook and YouTube. Oh, dude, I rewatched last night's broadcast today on YouTube in that 1440, and oh my goodness, how beautiful it was.
Yeah, it's amazing how clear that 1440p is. It literally, it almost looks real sometimes. Like you're like, hold on, is that real? But it's one of the most clear viewing pictures of sim racing you definitely can find out there.
I kicked it on today, and I never start at the beginning of the race. I always just kind of jump, quarter of the way through, and that's where I'll start in, unless I know something cool happened at the beginning. And so my wife was sitting there, and she had her headphones on, and she looked up, and she looked back down, then she looked back up, took her headphones off, and then she squinted. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? She goes, well, I was trying to figure out what race you were watching, and then I took my headphones off and heard you talking, and then I didn't know what the heck was going on because she thought it was a real race.
Yeah, it's like I was telling Robert before. Whatever he's done, keep it up because it looks amazing on the YouTube side. So does on the Facebook with the 1080p, but something about the 1440p, it definitely, it's just, I guess, and also YouTube, I believe you can run a higher bit rate. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but Robert knows all those details. He's a wizard when it comes to the streaming, and we're blessed to have him. That's for sure.
Steve Stipien on YouTube saying that the quality was awesome. Yes, sir. I love the fact that Robert is always looking for ways to upgrade from either the quality viewpoint, the overlays, the camera angles. I mean, some of the camera angles he used tonight, we saw McWhorter zoom past Stipien.
Yeah.
From that rear quarter panel view, the nose cam view, where he's looking at the backside of Anderson. I mean, just great camera angles and production values from Freaky Fast Broadcasting and Oz himself, Robert Moya. Thank you, sir. Hart will now look at to battle on the high side above the 32 of Lane Doyle.
Yeah.
That is not for position, but it
he's
was
run down Collie.
Yeah. Collie is running in second, Hartwell in third, and they've got who is in front of them?
That Mark Whitley would be the guy for position, but it's Brain Caress on the 91, who I believe has pitted for new tires, as he's on the opposite strategy.
Yeah, so Collie pitted on 88, Hartwell on 81. We're on lap 120 of 133. It is 13 to go at Las Vegas. We have had one caution this evening, which means, once again, one of the cleanest races that you'll ever see right here on Sim Racing Unleashed each and every week. Outstanding sportsmanship and professionalism from all these guys as Caress goes underneath. It's not Caress, excuse me. That is Caress. Underneath Yarrow. That was for position. overtook 16th position there in front of Collie and Hartwell. We're looking on the screen at the 77 of Mark Whitley, who continues to lead and is bypassed.
16 seconds.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, and he doesn't have to pit.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, this is one of the most dominant performances I've seen in a long time in a cup race, especially. These are not easy races to get a big lead like he's getting, and he's just driven a perfect race all night and starting 18th. That's another thing. I was worried about him really, how fast he was driving up through the field. I was like, I don't know. You see people do that sometimes. It's like, are you overdoing it? He was not overdoing it. He was calm, cool, and collected as we've seen the whole race here.
But if you look at the top three, Mark Whitley's up 17 spots. Brandon Collie, who's in second, up 10. Brandon Hartwell, who's in third, up 19.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic races for all three of those guys right now. And Joseph McWhorter, who started 8th, he's up to 4th, but he is falling back off these two here, as I believe his tires have met their end, and he's going to have to try to hold on to that 4th position. And really, Harrison Chandler, personally, has evened out, and also we must remember he took 2 tires. So, I think that's evening out for him.
With that camera angle we got right now, I picture from Talladega Nights, hearing classical music, and he's got his little cappuccino teacup that he's sipping out of as he's just cruising around with a 17-second lead.
Keep boopy. Yeah, it's been a clinic tonight for that 77. I know Mark is very, very talented. Raced with him a lot. I've raced with this guy since 2017. And good to see him. I haven't actually didn't race with him for a few years, and it's good to see him come back. And whoa, what a moment! You see, that's the thing. We're riding on board with him, and you see him swatting flies like that, and still driving the wheels off it and pulling away from the field. I mean, it's not easy. He's making it look easy, but you can see those moments happen. Almost every lap you can see him correcting. I mean, it's definitely a handful tonight, and he's done. He get the All-State Good Hands Award, I guess you could say, as always.
I met a girl in high school that deserved that award.
See, this is why you make I don't know. You definitely, it's not PG-13 now.
What do you take it there for? She can drive good. You're the one that took it there, not me. No, see, that's why y'all accuse me of being the bad guy. No, it's your dirty minds.
Well, I'm sorry. You're clowning. You're clowning, okay?
7 to go here at Vegas. Mark Whitley continues to lead, and barring a unforeseen meteor from the sky, should cruise away with a victory tonight. Brandon Hartwell and Brandon Collie, that's where the race is. That is still for second position. And those guys are 0.2 of a second behind each other. Collie in second, Hartwell in third.
We'll see how this continues here. I mean, anything can happen. It ain't over yet.
Hartwell look to the high side there. He's starting to sniff around. It is 5 to go. Robert, if we can get back to the 2 and the 5, please. Hartwell now to the underneath Collie. Coming out of 4, Brandon Hartwell will power under and take over second position from Brandon Collie. There is no way, without a caution, that Brandon Hartwell catches up with Mark Whitley. But, man, once he passed Collie, he is gone.
Yeah, he's done it. I mean, look how far he's already pulled away. Wow. That's impressive.
It makes you wonder what Hartwell could have done if he could have got past Collie quicker instead of with 4 laps to go and Mark Whitley was such a lead.
Yeah, he's actually slightly quicker than Mark at this moment.
And Whitley's still running sub 30-second laps.
Yeah.
His fastest 29.975. The only other faster than him tonight. No, I take that back. Whitley ran a 31.3, but 29.9 fastest lap for Whitley. 29.96 for Joseph McWhorter as the top fastest. So less than 100th of a second.
I thought we were about to have a caution. The 51 of Buzz, he grinded the right side of his car off there for a moment. And I tell you what, guys, though, looking at Collie here, he's falling back really quick. Joseph is not too far behind. I know we only got 2 to go, but at this point, Collie's really fallen off. Like 33-0 to Joseph's 31-6. I don't know if he's having some tire issue.
Yeah, Logut's the only thing separating those two. So 2 laps to go as we come into 1 and 2. Yeah, look at Logan just close in on Collie as Mark Whitley is cruising along with 1 to go. And looking to have a dominant victory here tonight. Collie goes high, almost taps the wall. He's underneath him.
I think Collie might have an issue. He might have a right rear down at the pace he's running, or very close to down, because you usually don't see that unless this big a drop off unless that. So Joseph up into 3rd now with Brandon Collie sliding back to 4th on this final lap.
Yeah, Collie now ducks underneath Lane Doyle and looking to bring it across in 4th position, loses that podium finish. So Mark Whitley will finish 1st, Brandon Hartwell 2nd, and Joseph McWhorter will finish in 3rd position. Yeah, Collie almost got passed by Harrison Chandler there before the start-finish line. Something happened to that car the last 2 laps. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will have Mark Whitley, Brandon Hartwell, and Joseph McWhorter up here in just a moment. What's going on, Zach?
I think he was out of fuel, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that could have happened.
It might have been tire, though, too. It might have been a tire, too. I don't know.
So we'll have our top 3 finishers up in just a moment here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting with Sim Racing Unleashed. We'll be back in 2 minutes. And back here on Sim Racing Unleashed from Las Vegas, Nevada. Lee Tidwell and Zach Hall here with you. We got our top 3 finishers waiting in our virtual green room. I'm going to bring them up now. First will be our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Joseph McWhorter, that 30 machine.
Hey, Joseph, buddy. It's Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man, what a race for you again here tonight for Sim Racing Unleashed after your win last week at Phoenix. You're able to bring it home in the top 3. Now, I know you would have been like to be a little bit closer to have a chance for that win, but how was the race for you tonight, buddy, at Las Vegas?
Yeah, the race was fun. Be honest with you, I didn't like the car at all. It was so temperamental. You'd go into the corner 1 lap and it'd be fine. The next lap it's shooting sideways, and we ended up early on in the race. Steven got loose up underneath us, and we both got into the fence, and we didn't use that faster pair just in case. And I think that was a little bit of the downfall for us. I feel like we should have went ahead and used that. I think we could have been up there, but awesome job to Mark. He drove a fabulous race. Getting a week sweep. So I mean, can't complain with that. Getting driven, 1st and 3rd yet again. It seems like.
Yeah, definitely. You guys were all up there. The Driven Boys were definitely putting on a show tonight, man. Yeah, I noticed you kept that damage with that little bit of contact into the wall. So yeah, that you said the conscious decision not to take that and save it. So you think if you had it, did it really affect the car? You think, or did it? Like you said, the car was so temperamental. So what do you think that damage really even played out to be?
Yeah, it was hurting us on the straightaway speed. I mean, if you go back and watch that battle between me and the 5, I'd get free of him, but as soon as I get free of him, he'd just come right back to me. It was like that basically the whole race after that contact with the 81. So, yeah, I mean, it was just a conscious decision to go ahead and try and save it just in case for a late race caution. But, you make calls like that sometimes. We also probably should have stayed out until we ran out of fuel. But John made the call to go ahead and bring us in 5 laps early. So, but I mean, finishing third, Brandon just barely made it on fuel, which is unfortunate for him, but I think that he still keeps the points lead. So, good night overall.
Yeah, definitely good there. So yeah, you guys are pretty close on fuel there. We've seen Collie slowing down, so we weren't sure if it was a tire issue or a fuel issue, and that confirms that. So Brandon Collie there barely making it on fuel and squeaking by for a 4th finish. But yeah, man, you guys all put on a heck of a show tonight, Joseph. It was fun watching you boys out there racing it up with us. All you out here tonight. Before we let you go there for your 3rd place finish, anybody want to send a shout out to, man?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank my team, Driven Motorsports, John up on the pit box tonight, calling the race. He did an awesome job yet again, spotting for me, of course, trying to help me keep me out of trouble tonight, which kind of sort of worked. Want to thank Brandon Collie. He drove a really good race. It was unfortunate that they didn't put enough fuel in the car, but still a top 5 for him. Mark Whitley for another win. Awesome job for him. Definitely well deserved. Want to thank Daniel Lawson and the rest of the Driven crew. Want to thank Bioside Gaming for all that they do. Want to thank 1077 Sage for being an awesome partner and their Airbnb in Colorado. Beautiful place to go take a vacation. And thank you guys for putting on such a good show as always. We don't get to sit here and do this if it wasn't for you guys. So
awesome, Joseph. Well, again, congrats on that 3rd place finish, man. Go celebrate with your teammates, and I'll talk to you some.
I gotta get ready for work.
Oh yeah, you better get ready.
I gotta go to Iowa.
Well, good luck and be safe when you're driving, buddy, and we'll catch you later on Saturday this week.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
And that was your 3rd place finisher, Joseph McWhorter. Our pit reporter cannot locate Brendan Hartwell. We're not sure exactly what happened, but he went immediately to his trailer. So we're going to bring up our 1st place finisher, our winner this evening. Dominant performance. You talk about Ultra Instinct. That's what he had. It was Mr. Mark Whitley.
Hey, Mark, it's Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Oh, I got you loud and clear, Zach.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you, what a dominant race from you tonight. I was telling the guys up here, that was one to remember for Mark right there, and just go through it. You definitely felt like you were one with the car tonight, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, I have to get this out of my system, but Vegas, baby. Yeah, I really messed up my qualifying. Like, I was kind of trying to run my qualifying like we did last night in WSSR at Talladega. Like, I just kind of rim rode the first lap, trying to get as much momentum built up. And on my 2nd lap, I went in turn 1, and the rear end it said, nope, we're not going to grip. And I got dead sideways and lost all my momentum, so I had to start at the back. I think it was 18th or something, but managed to get through the field slicing and dicing on that first run. I think I used the tires up a little too much, but then came in on that caution, got some tires, was able to pull away a little bit, and it just went green from there. And everybody started pitting early, and all of us in Driven, we were just sitting there like, wow, y'all pitting this early. This is way too early to pit. And we all 3 of us just like, oh, just stretch it out. And
yeah, definitely.
Well, and then toward the end of that run, I don't know what it was. I mean, toward the last 15, 20 laps of that run, before we pitted for the last time, my car started getting better and better. Like, I was actually picking up like 2-3 tenths. I was in the middle of the run. It was weird. I was only about like 1.2 seconds off with fresh tires. So I was like, I'm not losing that much time. I might as well just stay out here. And then I eventually came in and pit when I had about 2 laps of gas left, and chased down I think it was the 800 and something car. And then he pitted again, and I didn't even realize how big of a lead I had until about 10 to go when I heard Brandon and them. They were sitting there trying to make sure they had enough gas because they didn't fill it up on that last stop. And I looked up, I'm like, damn, I got a half track lead. That's kind of impressive. I didn't realize I had that big a lead. I was more worried about traffic and everything. And Jason Anderson, he gave me a real good scare there. He hit the wall. He passed me on a little bit fresher tires, and he hit the wall and came down the track kind of in front of me. I thought I saw my life flash before me there, but it turned out all right. It turned out good, and I was just like I was in this league. We were in the trucks. I think it was Thursday night, and coming to 1 to go. I was next with 2 to go, coming to 1 to go. I think I pushed that car as hard as it could. I wanted to make sure I got to that white flag. We didn't have any cautions. It was just awesome. The car felt great, especially when I got out there by myself. It felt like the car was perfect. I always loved this track, and it just worked out good for us.
Oh yeah, man, you definitely had her hooked up tonight, man. That was super fun to watch here at Las Vegas. And that's the next question really is, what's up with you in Las Vegas, man? I told the guys that, this is a track you've always enjoyed. I know that from way back in 2017, pretty much. What's up with Vegas? Is this your best track, pretty much?
I don't know. I was talking to a bunch of my teammates, and I was just like, there's just a couple of tracks that I have no idea why. I'm just really good there. Like, just suits my driving style. It's here, Richmond, Bristol. There's a couple other tracks, but especially here in Richmond, it's just like I just click and I just know how to race it. It don't matter what package. If we got the low downforce package, the high downforce. I mean, it just, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It just clicks, and I can just go. And this win's a little bit bigger. I think the last one I had with you back in 2017. I think I coasted across the line on fumes, and I beat Brian by like less than a second. He was coming, but I made sure I had enough gas this time around. But yeah, the car was just great. That's about all I can say. It's just something about me and this track. I have no idea why. It just suits my driving style.
Yeah, dude. I can tell you that from personal experience. You're definitely a good old Vegas racer, that's for sure, man. You came through the field from 18th to 1st, and we were mind blown. I was a little bit worried personally for you. I was like, I don't know if he's going to eat the right rear off, maybe doing this, but man, you were just strong all night, and what a dominant victory, man, here at Las Vegas. So, really, anybody you got to send a shout out to for this amazing victory for you tonight, man? Yeah,
first and foremost, just so Danny will get off my back, I got to thank my teammates at Driven. It's been wonderful over there being on the team with them. It's been fun. Just having, people helping you out when you got struggles and stuff. So I got to make sure to get that out of the way. Danny was a little mad with me when I didn't do it last interview. I think my parents, they're sitting at home watching. I already got a text from my dad telling me it was an awesome job. I appreciate it. My wonderful fiance for putting up with my craziness every Saturday and Sunday nights. And just the broadcast and the fans. I mean, without those, there's no point in broadcasting. We ain't got fans. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you, Mark. What a great race tonight, and you definitely had the family out there supporting you right now in the chat, so that's awesome to see also, man. So congrats. I'm glad for you, buddy. This is a good one to see, and we will catch you next Saturday at WSSR, WSSR.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I had to break out my old Nike scheme, and the thing went to victory lane. I might have to keep it for a couple weeks.
You might have to leave that on. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to leave that one on.
Might be good luck, definitely, man. Well, congrats again, buddy, and I'll talk to you at some point.
All right, see you later.
And that is the number 77 of Mark Whitley, your race winner this evening here at Las Vegas, Nevada, for race number 7 of Season 8 of Sim Racing Unleashed, as we get set to go over our finishing order for this evening. Mark Whitley, your victor this evening with a margin of victory of, check this out, Zach, 15.919 seconds.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really was a true textbook. He's the professor of Las Vegas, Mark Whitley. Brandon Hartwell in second, Joseph McWhorter third, Brandon Colley fourth, Harrison Chandler fifth, Josh Jones in sixth, Stephen Leffler in seventh, Dave Bush eighth, Rodrigo Loga will be in ninth, Todd Neeson 10th, Lane Doyle 11th, Stephen Stimpy in 12th, Robert Cheswick 13th, Hunter Hayward 14th, Braden Caress 15th, Jason Adams, Mr. Constitution himself, number 16th. In 17th, Michael Yarrow. 18th will be Mark Gomez. 19th, David Nees. 20th, Robbie Darnell. 21st, Kerry Chim. 22nd, Buzz Whiteyear. And 23rd will be Jason Anderson. And that, my friends, will round out your field this evening. Thank you for joining us on Freaky Fast Broadcasting for Sim Racing Unleashed. Freaky Fast will be back sometime. I'll be back next Saturday. Robert, what's we got going on, sir?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for out there for tuning in. Like Lee said, thank you to Lee and Zach for calling the great action here with Sim Racing Unleashed. Tomorrow night at 7:50, we will be with NASCAR Outlaw League for 3 nights for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as they take on Bristol in the ARCA cars, trucks, and Cup cars. And then we're off until World Series of Sim Racing League on Saturday night, and then we will be back here again with Sim Racing Unleashed. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the show here tonight. I'm sure they did. You guys did one well of a job. On the Facebook side, don't forget to hit that share, like, bell button, and follow us on Facebook, and share this with your friends and family, and show them, what you enjoy watching on a Sunday night here with Freaky Fast. If you're on the YouTube side, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you can share it to your favorite social media platform of your favorite choosing. But until tomorrow night, Lee, Zach, we'd like to say God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Later, guys.
I fell off.